In today's session, we will explain when and where companies have to intimate corporate action on NEAPS portal. Companies have to log into NEAPS portal by their login credentials and password. After successful login into the NEAPS portal, companies have to go to Compliance tab. Under Compliance tab, companies have to go to Announcement and Corporate Actions. Under that, companies have to select Create Announcement and Corporate Action. Now, companies have to select Corporate Action. Here, company can select record date or book closure date, whichever is set by them. We are selecting book closure date. In book closure start date, companies have to select first day of book closure start date, and in book closure end date, companies have to select last day of book closure end date. After that, companies have to select CA purpose. Here, company can select multiple purpose in the same record. For example, if company is setting up book closure date for dividend and AGM, then company can select dividend and meeting in the same intimation. Here, we are selecting dividend and meeting. After selecting CA purpose, company have to attach intimation of recorded or book closure date. Once company will select CA purpose, announcement text will be auto-populated. In case of dividend, board approval date is compulsory. After entering all the details, companies have to select Save Draft button. Now, companies can recheck the details entered by them, and after that, company can select Submit button. Please note, in case company is not intimating recorded or book closure date to the exchange as per Regulation 42 Sub-Regulation 2 and Regulation 42 Sub-Regulation 3, then system will throw an error. In case company wishes to continue the intimation, then company can select OK button, and if company wants to rectify the record, then company can select Cancel button. Here we are rectifying the record. Companies, please note that in case of filing of revised record date or book closure date, error will not throw by the system even if company is not maintaining gap as per regulation. After rectifying the records, company have to again select a Save Draft button, and after rechecking all the details entered by them, they can select Submit button. The record will be successfully submitted to the exchange. Companies, please note that in the case of interim dividend, the company can file intimation of record date or book closure date to the exchange at the time of intimation of board meeting or at the time of outcome of board meeting. And in case of final dividend, the recorded filing can be done at the time of outcome of board meeting or at any later stage company wishes to submit. This is to avoid duplication of recorded filing at the exchange end. Further, while intimating recorded or book closure date to the exchange, companies have to comply with Regulation 42 Sub-Regulation 2 and Regulation 42 Sub-Regulation 3 of SEBI LODR regulations.
In case of split and bonus, company have to maintain a gap of 5 working days from the date of shareholders approval till the record date. Only a record date is required to be set in case of split and bonus. Book closure period, please do not provide it. Company can either provide a record date or a book closure intimation for the same purpose instead of providing different dates for the same purpose. For example, Setting a record date and book closure for the purpose of dividend and AGM should not be made. However, you can either set a record date or a book closure for the purpose of dividend. For AGM and EGM, please select meetings. In case of scheme of arrangement, please select merger or hive off in both the cases like merger or demerger. In case of capital reduction, company have to select reduction in capital. Companies have to provide purpose of setting up of a record date or a book closure date in the PDF itself, and the same should be uniform in the notice of AGM and intimation. For any query with respect to corporate action, company can send an email on listingsca@nsc.co.in.